Hi, this is Steve Rogers with Rogers Bait Addiction. I'd like to welcome everyone back to my YouTube channel. This is number 4, and I'm doing a series that I find interesting on how you can stretch your dollar a little farther in this hobby we call bait making. For some of you, this is more than a hobby, it's your business. I sell a few baits. Most of the money I make goes back into my bait making. I give a lot back to my community via donations to different organizations, raffles, and particularly veterans and kids. So I enjoy that. It's rewarding. I'm retired. I'm not looking for this as a full-time job. But one of the things that I have become very sensitive to is the cost of materials and how to relate that to how do you determine how much your material cost is for a bait. One of the things that a lot of bait makers are currently using are these mica products. On my previous videos I featured stuff from 8-Bit. On this particular video, I'm going to be featuring some products from Grandpa Grubbs, this Dragon line. This particular product today is Dragon Shift. There will be Dragon Flakes and several other products that I'm going to go over the course of the next couple videos, as well as other companies, Mad Micas, do some more on with Alpha. There's a number of different sources for this material. I buy all my materials. None of this is coming gratis to me. Nobody's paying me to promote their product. I do encourage you to subscribe, and if you like this content, please let me know. I don't have a lot of subscribers, so obviously nobody's going to pay me to promote their product, but I would like to share with my fellow bait makers and hobbyists, if you will, some of the things that I have found that could save you some money. These mica shifts have, they're across the board. They can be very expensive with some companies and not so expensive with others. One of the nice things about Grandpa Grubbs, and by the way, I'll link his Instagram in my comments below, is that he has a buyer's group that he's organized, and I believe it's 4 times a year. Bait makers get together. They can order their bags. They can order products that he has available to him, and through bulk ordering, he passes this on to us bait makers. He as well is a bait maker, and with his background, he's fortunate enough that he has a lot of contacts in China, where a lot of this material is being made, and he passes that savings on to us. Now, one of the things that I'm doing in my series is I'm demonstrating how this product, which most of you are using in your plastics, can also be used in your airbrush applications. And the way this works, in my previous videos I've shown how my method is for mixing this. There's a lot of different methods out there. You can mix it with 40-30, balance clear. I've seen somebody mix it with 40-40 bleed checker, UVLS. My containers are a little used here, but there it is, 40-50 gloss. Again, I particularly like this gloss top coat, and the reason I like this is because it allows me to put a stencil over it and not worry about scratching the paint. It's very durable as soon as it dries. So for stencil application, I think it's great. I like to, in my I'd like to demonstrate some of the things you can do with this. I'm not going to do a live demonstration here, but I'm going to show you the results of some of the stuff. These are several colors of mica powders that were also used to make these plastics. This particular mold is the 3.5 Pud from Epic Baits. I will also put their information in the comments below. Great company. I have a lot of their baits. I enjoy these open pores. You can get very creative with it. And you can also get very creative with the traditional injection molds. And I'm going to show you in future videos how we obtain some of these colorations with only 2 colors, but using these pigments or these mica shifts as a dusting in the mold. I'm not new to doing this. It's been demonstrated by a lot of other bait makers, but what I particularly want to show is how you can get very creative, and with these products that are more readily available now, you can do a lot of different things with it. The other thing that I wanted to show you folks is these flakes are become more and more popular, and they're absolutely gorgeous. They work well on their own in clear plastisol, and they're very, very good at enhancing translucent colors that you may use in your bait making. Because of the way these come, they're very light. Excuse me. As soon as you open these containers, you have to have some type of face protectant on, because this stuff just floats everywhere. I'm sure everybody's encountered that that's used it. One of the things that I learned from Henry, from Grandpa's, is rather than go through this where the static electricity and everything just, this stuff just gets everywhere, is to mix it up. I use 2 cups of a very soft plastisol. I use a number of different brands, but I like something real soft for this. I mix up 2 cups. I put a measured amount of this product in based on what I found my personal likes or needs are, and I encourage everybody to experiment with their own. And then when I'm ready for what I'm going to do, I just cut it up. I know that 1/4 of a puck is going to give me so much saturation to a particular color or a particular amount of plastisol. It depends what color, what you're doing with it, how much you want, but if you want to, put another 2 pucks in. It prevents you from having to have this product all over the place every time you want to use it, and it stores easily. This is what I do. I put it in plastic bags, and these are all my pucks. And I'm sure everybody has seen the little muffin trays. However, these are a little smaller than muffin trays or cupcake trays. I don't have a tray close to me right now, but give you a representation. These little cups that you mix with, it's about that much. And it goes a long ways. The other thing I do is if I mix up something that's a unique color with one of these flakes from Henry or anybody, what I found is rather than having big old huge pucks that goes in my puck bucket that I use for remelts, I take all these and I save them. I pour the excess into a muffin tin, and I save it for future use. This was something I was doing as a laminate on a little crappie bait, and this was my bottom color, and I had, I don't know, 1/4 cup left over, plus the parts from my injector and all the rest of it. And I just melted them down and poured them into a muffin tin, and now I have these set aside. And if I want to accent a color, I just cut it up and use it. Bad thing about this, I'll tell you the bad thing about this, is you end up with something that's oftentimes it's just absolutely gorgeous, but you don't know what the heck your recipe was, because I don't remember what my recipe was when I used this. So I would encourage people to be diligent about writing down your recipe, especially if you're selling a lot of bait and you're wanting to replicate what you did for a customer, or especially a returning customer, because inevitably what happens is you don't remember, so you try to get it close and you ship it out to the customer. He gets on the phone or email or text and goes, it doesn't quite match. Why is that? And then you got to make a bunch of excuses, and my biggest excuse is, well, I didn't write it down, which is no excuse, but you guys understand what I'm saying. This is going to be a shorter video than my other videos, and I have a tendency to run long, and I apologize. But I encourage you to look into Grandpa Grubs, as I encourage you to look at in my previous videos of the stuff I featured there. I buy everything. Once again, I think I mentioned that. Please tell me what you like. Tell me what you didn't like. I'm new to this. I'm new to this hobby. I've only been doing this a few years. But I enjoy the creativity side of it. I look forward to coming into my shop every day and producing baits and putting them out for customers to review. I have a tendency to make a lot of things that don't represent any known fish that I've ever seen, and I'm pretty well traveled, but they are fun. Some of this stuff I think I need to put it in an aquarium, but anyway, let me know. Please comment, like, dislike, subscribe. I enjoy your comments, and I appreciate all you fellow bait makers that have encouraged me to step forward and give this a go. We'll see you the next time.